What advice would you give to a college student today about a career in the media industry?
It's funny because we see a lot of just out of college students whose parents or aunts or uncles are in the business and they really want to get into media. And then when you sit down with them and you ask them what their passion is, often it is media because media is always in the conversation. Television defines the conversation and social media. So I would tell them to follow their passion but be true to themselves and understand that you have to work your way up. You're not going to start at the top. A lot of long hours, but also it's a very young industry at the entry level, and that's where you form your friendships that will last forever. It's also an industry that's constantly going to change, so if they can get in now and watch those changes, I think they'll have a great ride.
With all of these new platforms and choices to view, how do you think the sales job will evolve over the next 3 to 5 years?
I think at its core, sales is really about the relationships that you develop with your clients, with the agencies, with the switch pullers, and I think that will always be there. Obviously, there'll be more technology and more choices, but this is still a gentleman's business or a lady's business, if you will. And I believe that the strength of your relationships, both in front of the desk and behind the desk, are what's going to be important, and that will never change.
What do you see as the role of research in the next few years? Will it become more embedded? Will it have a certain different role than it has today?
I think the role of research is going to change dramatically as the technology changes, and we spoke about that a little bit earlier. The clients do want to know if they're getting what they pay for. They're interested in return on investment. There's all different kinds of advertising out there now. I think that research is always going to be first and foremost, and I think that if you don't adapt and change with it, you'll be left behind.
So, Joanne, looking ahead to the next 3 to 5 years, can you give me some predictions about the media landscape?
The media landscape. I believe, and we touched on it earlier, content is king. With the fragmentation that's going on, the narrative will always be about great content, and CBS will always have great content. I will predict that CBS will win the 15-16 television season, which will make us 12 out of 13 seasons in a row. And I will predict that Super Bowl 50 will be the highest rated show of the year, obviously the highest rated Super Bowl ever. And I'm going to predict that the Seahawks will win.